Arizonans who voted for Democrat Kyrsten Sinema in 2018 are plenty fed up with the now independent Senator Sinema, especially the progressive and Latino activists who worked tirelessly to get her elected. The New York Times noted progressives were already wary of Sinema in 2018, but they collectively held their noses to turn out the vote for her in hopes that she would reciprocate their support once in office. Senator Sinema has done little to reward their efforts, including her theatrical thumbs down to increasing the federal minimum wage to $15. There was also her opposition to allowing Medicare to negotiate lower prescription drug prices, gifts to private equity with tax loopholes, and, of course, her intractable support for the Senate filibuster, all of which has made Senator Sinema ripe for a Democratic challenger. And she's got a formidable one, Democratic Congressman Ruben Gallego.
Growing up poor, the only thing I really had was the American dream. An opportunity. It's the one thing that we give every American, no matter where they are born in life. The rich and the powerful, they don't need more advocates. It's the people that are still trying to decide between groceries and utilities that needs a fighter for them. There is no lobbyist for working families.
Joining me now is Arizona Democratic Congressman Ruben Gallego, who just announced that he is running for the United States Senate. Great to see you, Congressman.
Thank you for having me.
So, I mean, I guess the obvious question is, because a lot of Democrats do have a bit of heartburn about the idea of a three-way race. So we know that Arizona is a state with a very large Latino vote and growing. That's good for Democrats. It's good for you. But how do you actually carve out in a state that's basically 1/3 independent, 1/3 Democrat, 1/3 Republican, but Democrats are the smallest third? How do you win?
Well, number one, we have to understand that Kyrsten Sinema is not popular with anybody. So she's not winning Democrats, she's not winning independents, she's not winning Republicans. Last polling we had, she's like in the 12%. So what we have to do is do our job, talk about our values, connect with Arizona voters, and build that trust that Kyrsten has lost. And we're going to be able to hold the Democratic vote. And that includes independents, that includes Republicans that vote for Democrats. Number two, we're going to reach out to Latinos. We're actually going to talk to them and actually talk to them about what they want to see in government. And a lot of times that's not happened in Arizona. I'm very proud that I've been able to lead that in my district. I've been very proud that I've been able to turn out Latinos all across the country as the former chairman of BOLPAC. And we're going to do that because I think, number one, they're ready to turn out. Number two, I have an opportunity to talk to a lot of them that they've never seen a candidate this way. There aren't many Latino politicians that come from working class backgrounds that they, that also speak Spanish, that actually understands, the full spectrum of what Latinos are dealing with right now. And I'm going to be able to talk to them about that. And I think we're going to be able to motivate them to come out.
Yeah, and we were talking before the break about how, years and years and years ago, and Howard Dean and the 50-state strategy, et cetera, the idea among a lot of Democrats who were looking forward was that Arizona was eventually going to be a great place for Democrats to operate because of the demographics. And you talk a lot about Latino voters. I feel like the party still doesn't quite understand how to speak to Latino voters, to be honest with you. And they make a lot of assumptions.
They do, yes.
Right,
absolutely,
that aren't necessarily so. And so your thinking is that you can shift that, but also pull enough Anglo voters to get, because you got to get 50 plus, it's a third.
I know it because I've done it. I've worked on different campaigns, but also I understand the Latino community because this is where I live, and this is who I've been. Latinos are working class. They're aspirational. They want to live the American dream. I've lived the American dream. I want to make sure every American, whether they are Latino, black, white, working class, I want to make sure they have the same opportunity. And if we talk to them about that, we talked about how we're going to invest in them instead of investing in the rich and the powerful, they're going to come out and vote. And what happens a lot of times is that because they don't vote, because they're not politically involved, we don't even try talking to them as if they don't deserve any type of representation. But they do. Like anybody else in this country, maybe they're not politically powerful, maybe they don't vote all the time, they still deserve representation. They still deserve someone actually caring about them and talking about them and fighting for them.
Do you, Jahan Jones, who does our great Readout blog, he wrote a piece that I thought was very illuminating for me, that Kyrsten Sinema's opposition to the voting rights bill now seems quite self-serving, that it helps her, right? If you don't make it easier to vote, young voters, voters of color, that makes it harder for them. That's good for her. But what do you make of her big shift? She claimed to be friends with John Lewis. She made all these claims, right, that there's no backup for it. But now she's like thumbs-upping. Mitch McConnell is saying that she's the best senator ever. And she was literally high-fiving in Davos about killing voting rights. Who is she, and how did she get this way?
I don't think she voted against voting rights because she had some cynical ploy to help keep her in office. It was in my opinion, it's actually kind of worse than that. She did it to curry favor with the powerful, the rich, and the Republicans. And this is her way to kind of show that it's her way of sticking it, to the Democrats. And, for me, I worked with John Lewis. John Lewis came out and campaigned for me for my first congressional race. I don't consider him a friend. I consider him a mentor because he really taught a lot of us younger politicians how to be good leaders, how to be good leader servants. And for you to say that, like she did for many years, that this man was my friend, he was my mentor, and when you vote against his key legislative, bill.
It's named after him.
It's named after him.
Yeah.
In order to appease, some people that want to actually suppress voter rights, it just tells you where they are. Like, she's for sale.
Yeah.
And that's the worst thing you could be in politics.
Right. And I would need to see some evidence from the family that they were friends. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not saying she's lying, but I'm just saying I just need to see evidence because we all maternalists want to see it. Congressman Ruben Gallo, best of luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming on.